Why it says orientation? Okay. Top chat. Okay, so this is my first time doing a live. So I don't know what I'm doing. So you have to bear with me, but thank you so much for joining. Um, okay, so we're gonna start in a few minutes. I'm just trying to figure out how to work this. Okay, and if I'm orientation is locked, rotate device back. It wouldn't let me rotate. Well, anyways, so I guess we're gonna do a vertical live, I think. Okay, so let me put you on the tripod. Okay, so I don't know if you can hear me. I can't see anything, but if you can hear me, please let me know in the chat. But yeah, so thank you so much for joining me on my very first live stream. And the reason I'm doing a live stream is because, well, YouTube keeps telling me I should start doing live streams. So hopefully, this is something that I'll be to do at least once a month and hopefully a lot more in the future. So right now, what I am doing is I am creating centerpieces like this one, and I have to make 6 of them. So I'm going to show you all the materials that I am using, as well as also share with you how am I going to create this. I need to create about 8 of them. I already created 2 samples, including this one. The first one that I did was in my last video. And so I just created one before I started this live stream just to make sure that I kind of know what I'm doing while I do this live stream. But yeah, so let me take you to the stuff that I am using. Let me flip the camera. But okay, so I here are the plants that I'm using. So it's mostly this Peptoromia that I got last time and some of my plant cuttings, and then that's Syngonium. And then I would be using some gravel, and then of course soil, moss, black pebbles, Spanish moss once I ran out, the sphagnum moss, and these are the 6 containers that I am using. And so this one is I got from Joann's Crafts on sale for $9. It did come with the gravel and a little bit of stone and some seed, but I didn't use those because I don't think it's gonna be enough. So I had to get like extra materials. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get started and see if this works out pretty well. But yeah, and if you have any, okay, I'm sorry. This is my first live, so I don't know what I'm doing, but hopefully it works out. I'm gonna stay on for like about 30 minutes because it is hot. I'm outside. So first, I'm sorry if there are any like background noises. I'm outside, so if you hear someone suddenly scream, shout, or just make any crazy sounds in the background, I apologize in advance. And it is 90 degrees today, so it is very hot. So, like I mentioned, I'm trying to go live for at least 30 minutes, but I kind of like need to finish all of this plant arrangements today. So I'm gonna stay on live for definitely 30 minutes. If you want to spend your lunch break with me, that is awesome. So first, this gravel that came with this terrarium. I'm just going to put it at the bottom. But as you can see, it's not enough. So I'm adding some more of this gravel. down here. And the first time that I made this in my update in my last video, I mentioned that this is not going to be a great way to keep your plants permanently. But since I'm using this for centerpieces, this is why I'm kind of okay with it not having real drainage and having this very shallow. But if you're going to make a plant arrangement that you're going to keep and actually have plants in, this is probably not the best setup. But since, again, I'm using this for centerpieces for my dad's upcoming 75th birthday, so it's okay, I guess. And this is kind of like what we're trying to go for, but we will see. And then for the moss, I have moss here that I'm just using to line the size of it. So it looks kind of good. Because if I use all soil, it doesn't, well, doesn't look as presentable. So that's what we are doing. So I'm just like trying to push it all on the side and make sure, okay, that. And I pre-moisten the moss so that it expands a little bit and also provide moisture for the plant that I'm about to put in. And I'm trying to put at least 3 plants because when you're making plant arrangements, it's always good to do it in odds. But I find that I have to do like 4 plants in this to make it look a little bit fuller or semi-decent. So we will see. But okay, so this one is kind of like the main plant, the Syngonium white butterfly. And I have them in water for the longest time now because it will be easier for me to do it than just like trying to break it up in soil. So let me pick one of them and see what's going on. And have this. So I'm just taking out the dead leaves. Okay. This one looked a little bit empty, so I think I'm gonna add one more. If I run out, I have like lots of other plants that I could use. And so just to make it look a little bit fuller, because it didn't look full in that one. So maybe that's why it looked a little bit awkward. So over here, doing it like that. And then I got some soil over here. And where is my spoon? Let me go look for my spoon. Oh, it's right here. And I'm just spooning in some soil. I put it over here. So yeah, trying to not put it like really center, but kind of in the center. And just like that. Oops, there's leaves over here. So I'm just putting enough soil just to like anchor it. And then I'm going to add a couple more plants. So the second plant, okay, so the second plant is this Peptoromia that I got at the same time as the Syngonium. I did get a comment from someone when I created the sample saying, all the plants look so similar. You should like put different colors. I agree, but the thing is, this is going to be used as a centerpiece for my dad's upcoming party, and the theme is kind of like golden black. That's why I'm using like black pebbles, and the sphagnum moss looks a little bit goldish. And if I add any other color, it might clash with the theme. So I'm just like staying with greeneries, if that makes any sense. But Yeah. And the thing with plants, and we didn't opt for flowers because I have to do it the day off, and I don't have time to do eight, 10 centerpieces the day off. And at first I was gonna go for succulents, but then succulents are expensive, and to make it like really look full and a little bit more presentable, I have to have lots of succulents, and that costs a lot of money. And so we're trying to like make this cheap. Like even with this, the total cost of everything is $17 per piece, and that's still kind of pricey for a DIY centerpiece. But if we actually buy it or order it from a florist or something, it's gonna cost like three, four times more than that. And Costco does have like centerpieces, but like you can't really customize it. You just like take it as is, and normally they don't have that much on sale in their store. So, and when you need like a certain amount, you kind of like have to prepare it. And the Syngonium looks floppy, which is why it's kind of like off-putting. Like that's why I always like a second guessing. Does this look good? But once they kind of like settle in and kind of like accept that this is their home, they do kind of like start to look good. Hopefully, I don't know. Let me know what you think. But yes, I'm just gonna put more soil at the back. So this is what the back looks like. So this is why like I kind of want it centered, but not really centered, because I'm putting like two plants at the front, and then back here I'm putting like the black pebbles, and then maybe Spanish moss if I need to. But so this live is already going on for like almost 15 minutes, and I just created one, but that's okay. And yeah, so as the live goes on, it's probably gonna be ASMR-ish as I try to like work through six centerpieces. But if you have any questions or anything, you can put it in the chat, and I'll make sure to answer them before I end the live. And I try to answer them as I make the centerpieces, but I might not see it because the camera is faced the other way, so I don't really see the screen as I make this. But I would definitely check the chat before I end the live to see if there's any questions on anything, and I'll try my best to answer them. And then, I don't know, maybe I put a little bit of moss. I don't know, just to cover up the soil part. I don't know. We will see. I mean, I still have time to like make changes, but not a lot of changes because the party is not this weekend, but like next weekend. So I'm trying to do this because we still have to do like the signs and everything. So everything's kind of like DIY. Um, so, and my sister is already making the balloon arch. So lucky I don't have to do that because I don't know where to begin and how to do that. But she's the one doing it. All right. And the Syngonium needs to stand up a little bit so that it doesn't look so awkward. And then me and Papa's actually kind of look good on there. It's not looking good. It is not looking good. I have to be honest, but we will see once the foliage perks up. If not, we'll have to like rearrange the whole thing. But so we have one down. Well, actually, two down. This is like the first. Like this one doesn't look so bad. Because this one has the spider plant, the Peptoromia, and I added like the string of turtles down here. So this one doesn't look so bad. So hopefully that one would make up its mind and actually be okay. Okay, so let me clean out this tray. Okay, so on to the next one. All right, more gravel. And then moss. Okay, so that's kind of like what it looks like before I put the soil. Okay, so let me. Okay, I'm just gonna focus it on that. Let me take out the plant. I also received some import orders yesterday, and it was actually gifted to me by ADVOCACY. And I am putting out that video on the unboxing and kind of like talking about the pros and cons of importing plants in that video on Sunday. So if this one is a boring video for you, please do check out that video coming on Sunday. And I was kind of pretty happy with the plants that I got. And you can check out, there's an airplane passing by. And you can check out my YouTube shorts to see and have a preview of the plants that I got. And in the video on Sunday, I'll be doing the unboxing and, as mentioned, talk about the pros and cons of importing plants, as well kind of like discuss the ethics and the economic impact, as well as like the environmental impact of importing plants. So I think it's important to have like a more nuanced perspective on it, because like I didn't initially, and at first, like when I was I think in my vlogmas last year, I even like said in one of the videos, like the unpopular opinion videos, that I said that nobody should be importing plants anymore because of the environmental impact it's having, as well as the economic impact it's having to the local communities where the plants are indigenous to. But since then, I kind of like educated myself more on the issue, and kind of like it's a lot more nuanced than that. And like my stance that I took were kind of stupid. So I am going to discuss that more in detail in that um, video. Or if you just want to see some plants that I've unboxed, because it's been a while since I did an unboxing video for plants on my channel. So hopefully you watch out for that one. But yep. So this one I think is starting to look a little bit better than the first one. So hopefully that continues. So, and this one. Okay, I'm gonna add this here. Okay, so this one is starting to look a little bit better than the first one, or at least the first one that I did on live. And yes, and then uh, okay, and then for the third plant, let me see what I can use. Because it would be nice to have something like cascading. So I took out some of my snow king pothos that I had in Leica, and I had like, no, I'm sorry, the pearls and jade pothos, not snow queen. Since I have two of them, and I've been trying to get rid of them anyways, because I have two of them. I don't need two of them. So let's see if we can make this work by adding it there. Here. But the roots are kind of long, so I don't know if it would work, but we will try. And I probably just have to cut the trails if it's too long. Um, okay. So might be a case that I do have to add a fourth plant because this one is not filling out the terrarium as much as I want it to. Right, let me back up a bit. I'm using a lot more soil than I thought I would. So hopefully I also don't run out of soil. I expect to run out of moss, but I think it's the soil that I'm going to run out of. Okay, maybe if I do it like that, I don't have to put a fourth plant. Just like, ugh. Okay. I'll need a towel. Keep washing my hands in water, but I don't have a towel to dry it off. And what I'm also thinking is like with my cricket, just like cut a wording that I could just lay on top of the soil. So that kind of makes sense why this side is empty. So again, like I said, it's for my dad's birthday. If I'm gonna do like cheers to 75 years or just happy birthday and then my dad's name, we'll see. We'll see what we come up with when I make the sign. So I'll probably like also do that. Mm, okay. Ugh, it's the what you call this? The moss has like dust, and it's like trying not to inhale it. Uh, Again, it's not looking good. It is not looking good. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard on myself. Like at the end of the day, no one's gonna care. They're here. They're there to eat food that we. They're there to eat food, good food. So whether or not they like the centerpiece is probably a non-issue. So I'm just like overthinking this. But anyways, I would make sure that they look a little bit better on the day off. But right now, I'm just like arranging them so that they're just like prepped and ready. I don't know. I don't know. We will see. All right, let me clean this out. All right, we are on bowl number 3 and close to 30 minutes. So I think I'll be able to do all of this in an hour, which is great. And all right, gravel at the bottom. More gravel at the bottom. And then bag that up. All right, soil here. I don't think I'll have enough moss. I do have another bag of moss, but I'm trying to use it for my rehab plants or for the plants that I'm going to rehab, the ones that I got from an import order. Although I don't think a lot of them would need it, to be honest. But I probably just have to open another bag. Well, if I ran out of this, then I'm going to end the live and then probably continue over on Instagram or on TikTok to finish out whatever once I had left after I replenish my stock. But yeah. Mm, okay. Yeah, so I don't, yes, I think this is going to be the last one because I don't have a lot of moss left. And I have to like re-soak them and everything. So I'm probably gonna save that for the either TikTok or the Instagram live, maybe both. We'll see how I'm feeling today and see how the weather is. Okay, so just gonna take out the dead ones. Okay, put it here. And then soil. So we got a system going now. We have a system in place. Okay. I'll figure it out. This. Ooh. All right, let's do the spider plant. Hmm. If I'm if I keep blocking the camera, I'm sorry. Again, this is my first live. You have to forgive me. I don't even know how to rotate the camera properly, so it's landscape, not portrait. Um, should have figured that out before I started the live. But yeah, sorry if I'm blocking. I promise I'm gonna improve. I'm gonna keep doing more of these lives until I get the hang of it. Plus, the great thing about lives is it saves me editing time. I don't have to edit the videos, and usually editing takes forever for me. Like when content creators say they only have like it would only take like an hour or two to edit. Not me, not I. It takes me the whole day to edit a piece of content, regardless of the length. So, and that is gonna get cleaned up. That is gonna get cleaned up. Um, mhm. Okay, this looks stupid. Ba, 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 ba. Maybe I could add this here. See what happens. So maybe this would make it look not so stupid. Maybe not, but we will see. Just needs to fill it out a bit more because it's not a lot of plant. Oh, and theoretically, I only need this plant to stay alive for at least 2 weeks. So again, if you're just hopping on the live and saying that's not how you create plant arrangements, they're gonna die. These are going to be for centerpieces for a party next weekend, not this weekend, but the next. So we're not here for longevity, we're here for aesthetics. Although right now you might not be even hitting the aesthetics goals, but I'll definitely keep you updated and maybe post a picture or upload a YouTube shorts on how it actually all turned out the day off because this would have like about a week or so to kind of like settle in and figure it out. And the other one that I created in my last video, it actually settled pretty great. I kind of like hope I have it out here. Maybe I can run out a little bit and go grab it so you can see the difference and compare it with the ones that I have just made. That to see there's hope for this ones that I'm making right now, that they can look better eventually once they kind of like settled in. Uh, but okay. Uh, okay. Oh, that's a bad sneeze. Okay. So this is the third one I made during the live. And as mentioned, I am probably going to continue the rest. Hold on, let me show you everything. I am going to continue the other three that I still have to make over on TikTok and Instagram live, maybe in an hour or so, because I have to like replenish my sphagnum moss and also have lunch. And yeah, so these are the centerpieces that we have made so far, and they're not looking too great. I don't know. I may be just being too hard on myself, but they're not looking their best right now, but they're going to settle in and they're going to look a little bit better, hopefully. But yeah, so hold on, let me just switch camera angles. Yeah. So yeah, so these are the centerpieces that I made, and thank you so much for joining me on my very first YouTube live. And I'm sorry if there's so many technical difficulties. Susan, hey, thank you so much. I'm sorry, I wasn't seeing the chats while I was making it, so if I miss any, I'm really sorry. But yeah, so these are I made four, and then I have like three more over there that I have to make, and then let me flip it up. And yeah, so I have to like refill the sphagnum moss, and this is kind of like the syngoniums that I'm going to use for those three more, and some plants left. But yep, so yeah, so thank you again for joining me on my very first YouTube live. And as mentioned at the beginning, I'll try to do at least one live stream per month. And hopefully, the more I get the hang of it, I'll do more lives because this is actually kind of fun. But yeah, I'll continue over on Instagram in an hour or so. So I'll see you there if you're on Instagram. Bye.